The king, previous sent down to Fantasy Evil, didn't know what was going on. Why was he here? How was he here? And what was this place? He saw weird smoke coming out of everything, as if it was like tentacles. He saw a statue of some weird statues, and I mean some pretty damn weird statues. It looks like a cloaked person chaining down a devil, but on the other side, a broken chain, as if he's breaking free. The Hafling King had no idea what was going on and didn't want to find out any further. He just knew he had to get back up there and kill that Green Reaper. But out and over, some weird people with daggers, some people with shields, and a few weird mad mechanics, people that look like mad mechanics, seemed to come. Suddenly, hundreds of them teleported behind him, so he kept on hunting and trying to kill him. And he wasn't doing too good. So, he called upon his powers. Watch the next episode if you have no idea what I'm talking about. I grabbed one in the leg, flinging him across. It killed him, but it didn't do too much. Proceeded to try and attack the last person, but it just wouldn't work. Turns out the person was stuck in the ground. So, he proceeded to call on his hand. Sorry. Tried to find the person. He was just underground somehow. He couldn't attack him. So he just saw the obvious option. Grabbed himself, put it over there. Shot some weird bomb arrows at the floor, and that did the job. Some other people came. He didn't know who he was looking at, but he didn't care. And suddenly, a bunch of attacks came all at him at once. He didn't realize what was going on and how powerful this guy people actually were. So, he stopped everything. And then thought of the best solution. It was a certified death trap. He'd get all the swords would attack him. The lightning bolts would come down and just destroy him. There was no other way out. But then, in that mind of his, he got an idea. But he had to think of it quick. So he stopped time. Actually, he didn't. I'm just trying to do something. So he then proceeded to quickly come up with a plan. He killed most of the people, but then soon realized that's not what. So, tons of lightning bolts. Trying to protect himself while also trying to fight. It didn't work so well. But he kept trying. He kept on firing lightning bolts, some even hit himself. But he did not let that stop him. He wouldn't. He couldn't. He shouldn't let that stop him. He thought. So he didn't let that stop him. This Hafling was determined to get out, give charge to his army, and get out before anything else happened. But he kept on dying and kept on responding back there. So, something kept on pulling all the enemies in and just... He then got all the... He then proceeded to somehow kill them all. He didn't know what he did, but he eventually won somehow. But he realized everyone kept on going at him at the same time, which is usual, but they were in the air. He then realized he had another power. Vacuum. He's able to vacuum them in. But then someone came. Void Monarch. How do you know his name? He didn't. I'm just saying that's what the guy's name is. Void Monarchs looked at him and he didn't say a word. Neither did the Hafling King. They stared at each other for a moment. It was extremely awkward for the Hafling King. But for him, Void Monarch, he knew exactly what was going on and knew exactly what happened. But the Reaper said it. And he wouldn't want him to stay here another second. And so, he started walking away. And so did the Hafling King. But then, they started running at each other, charging, being prepared to fight. The Hafling King could easily use his powers, but he decided not to. He charged at the thing. Without force. And fought. where the Hafling King won. But suddenly, Void Monarch just sat there, and it's like the fight restarted. He won, but he wouldn't let him do it. But then, a giant tornado came. The Hafling King charged at the demon. And he also realized that the demon was Void Monarch that had turned into it. So he slaughtered him just like that, despite being so low. But still, nothing happened. They kept on fighting, but it didn't matter. He used his powers to try and shake Void Monarch until he went back. But Void Monarch simply just got off the hand and started fighting again. They won. But they kept on sitting there. He shot at him. He kept on sitting there. He started shooting anything he could at him. It kept on going. He shot tons of things. And they just came at him and kept on shooting him. But he wouldn't accept defeat. He didn't. He started shooting fire arrows. The skeletons. Hard arrows. He didn't know why he shot at that, but basically he did. He didn't know why. But they still didn't accept defeat. He tried everything. Vacuum. He even shot at a ballista bolt. Yeah. Until an hour later, tons of fighting. He had enough. He went close to Void Monarch, but Void Monarch clearly wanted him to come away. But he wouldn't. He sat there. Void Monarch went closer, both holding their weapons, just staring again. As the statue looked like it was looking down on them, the king finally spoke. Why? Why? Wait, why? Why do you keep on tormenting me? I brought justice to Halflings. The Reaper only wants me down here because he thinks his death count is getting low. Why do you just accept defeat? I've tried everything. I've shot you. I've shurikens in you. I even had shoved heart arrows in you. I even grabbed the head of you and threw you off the edge. Why? When Monarch spoke. Slaves. The king Hafling was speechless. But Void Monarch continued. Listen, make what's right for everyone. Do not make the same mistake I did. Or else you end up like me, stuck in here forever. Make good choices. Kill that Reaper. Get out of here. And try to develop something that would not make you go to hell like me. Please. In the blink of an eye, he suddenly arrived back at the Renaissance. He was in the river. But then he climbed out. Somehow, his armor and everything that stayed with him, not corroded or even destroyed. They still they still shined bright over them. He had no idea what just happened. And then he thought about what the weird demon said. He still didn't know if he was real or not, but he decided not to focus on it for now. He walked up the balcony from where the fencers originally came. Again, another musket shot at him, but he did not care. But behind the corner came a man with an axe, but he easily was taken care of. So the king simply just walked over there and sat on the balcony. He then looks out from the balcony, even though he's not looking at the balcony. And then he decides to focus on what the demon said. Don't make the same mistake. Trying to tell him something. And the king didn't know what to think of the words. If he should listen, or if it was all a dream, or a coma, or something. As he sat there, the thought just kept on running through his mind, like water. It kept on just going through every cranny and hole of his thoughts. But as he wasn't looking, somehow the same axe guy has survived, but he made it work, showing how powerful this guy really is. He decided to walk out and find himself placed at a balcony. He didn't let go of his shield, placed it specifically so that if anyone tried to shoot him, they would fail. And he was right to do so. A trail of musketeers came and tried to shoot. Or at least I think they are. I don't think they can really reach up there. So the king said screw it and just rushed on down there. He then proceeded to take out the musketeers, somehow remained scratchless from possibly getting shot. He did not care, and he did not know if he got shot. But he already knew it was coming and just said, in old words, just send it into actions. So they did. Tons of horses came, and some of the axe people, a few musketeers, some balloon archers, some fencers, and a circle of painters, and at the end, a giant Da Vinci cake. He was prepared to take it on his own, when all of a sudden, a halfling came. He asked what he was doing, and the halfling said, "You are a king. We cannot let anything happen to you. I followed you here to try and figure out where you were going. None of the halflings declared anyone besides you as the leader. I didn't want to pick someone else. You were the one who liberated us all those years ago, who took down that farmer. We can't just let you die. We can't just act like you're another person that we have to kill." The halfling didn't look good. And then a ton more of halflings came behind. Every single one of them with the intent of helping. There was about possibly over 200 of them. So, the horses ran in. Tons of cannonballs fired. And let's just take a look at this real quick. I mean, I've been playing around with these characters for a while. The cannon people I didn't really care about that much. I just liked how they just shot cannonballs as little bullets, and they could basically do the harm of a real bullet. These guys, I like the design. They were like armored people. I didn't really want to go for military because I kind of like the sword ideas and all that. So I kept them that way. And for the king, originally he was nothing like this. He was just a random big halfling with a knight shield and a giant king's sword. And nothing but a samurai. But I realized that was not good. So, after a while, I ended up getting on this design. I thought yellow was kind of the color of the halflings. Anyway, let's look at this battlefield. Okay, the Da Vinci tank's shooting off. There's savage people in the sky. I don't know how that's happening. There's a corpse flying into the ground like he's Superman. Halfling man, does whatever. Oh wait, no, that's Spider-Man. Anyway, back to killing it. The Da Vinci tank has been taken out. And it looks like the last remaining people are these guys. The king, without using his powers, the whole faction was brought down. Oh crap. The whole faction was brought down. So, the king, and I'm only gonna do this here. Sorry, guys. With pride in his heart, decided this. Onward to the next faction. To be continued.